light bulb. So you see these are similar to the ones you got along that left hand side.
Yeah.
It'll come clear in a second once it talks to it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Right, so you remember the dimmer sliders?
Yeah.
Or this has got a dimmer slider. You got two dim light switches. So that's your similar to that one there, but you've got two. So one dim one is bed, dim two is the ones at the front. So if I tap on the slider now, 100%, you should see that go to 100%. If I tap it back to 5, you see it dim. There we go. See that? Yeah. So it obviously does the same over the bed, but obviously you can't see that from here. You obviously can switch your awning light on, the interior lights on as well from that position. What we've also got is locate or remote I should say, which has also got locate on it. Right, so you see these are grey at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is not going to operate anything there because we're not connected as yet. Where's it gone? Head and Shoulders. Nothing to do with dandruff or shampoo. Right, so the email, do you know the email address you would have used and the password for the...
Yeah.
So if you want to tap that in, one of you, and the password for the Swift command, hopefully Gaz give me the password, I'm hoping. Sometimes they put your surname and the capital on one. I don't know what Gaz actually put behind it.
I think he just goes to do our own, didn't he? Our own password.
Did you do it yourself?
No, we did it there, don't we?
Yeah, but we just made one up, didn't we, while we were sitting there?
Yeah.
Let me use it.
So hopefully you remember what that is.
Capital N. And
Yeah,
then
so yes, you know what it is. Yeah. That's so the other advantage of this is someone like an engineer or someone from Sargent themselves can actually connect and remotely look in at it if you're having problems. They can.
How do I get a capital first letter now?
The arrow point. That's it.
Yeah.
Just tap that. That's it. And then that goes off then automatically. That's it. Oh no, hang on. You're in the top box still.
Oh.
That's it. Just tap on that box. That's it. There we go.
Only one B.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
Disappointed that you can't see what you're doing with these things, are they?
Oh,
They're not the easiest of things to play with either, are they? Right, so you've done that, yeah. So you don't need to put any other information in, it will pre-populate that. Just scroll back down again. You will see get vehicle details. Tap on that. You will see, was your phone connected to the remote server? Right, done. Just press done. Just put, so hopefully you just get the vehicle details again. Sometimes, right, just put done again.
Have I got to have, in like, the data on?
Yeah.
I ain't got that
Yeah,
switched
right.
on.
Oh, that'd help, yes.
Sorry.
That would help. No, yes. Yeah, I'm sure it's yeah, data it should be.
Sorry.
That's oh no, no worries. I'm going to start it back again. What it will also do when it connects via that as well, it will actually shut the Bluetooth. It overrides the Bluetooth, so it will shut the Bluetooth down on the command. Right, let's see. Well, we'll just wait for that. If you see that the control panel for the Aldi heating is switched off, that's because it's waiting for a timer to. If you remember, if you're trying to switch this on, so say you forgot you switched it on time, you come to switch it on when you get into it. What you'll see is it'll switch off after a couple of seconds or a second.
Right.
So you know you're not switching on manual because you think, why is that not working? It's probably because you
you've
set
gone
that.
on to the app.
Yeah, you set it to app and not on manual.
Right.
Right. Right, Head and Shoulders. That's it. That's it. So you've got the email address again. Just make sure it's the correct email because we've had that before now.
I know, yeah.
We've
only got one we use, so.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'll do. I'll just set that heater settings back to manual for you.
Yeah, back to normal, please.
Otherwise, it could be trouble. So little clock symbols disappeared off there now.
Okay.
Listen to that weather.
Hmm?
Listen to that weather. It sounds like that. It's going to be like that tomorrow as well. My day off tomorrow.
Don't say that.
My day off.
We're going away tomorrow with this.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
Breen.
Prince Sands.
Yeah.
Or where it is, down that end, yeah.
Yeah.
Get vehicle details. Here we go. Come on. He's connected. Right, there's your caravan. Look, just tap on that. That goes to the top of the screen. Fingers crossed. I'll just tap it again. It's going to play now.
That's the weather, isn't it? Probably.
So, you know, sometimes my finger doesn't work on these things either. There we go, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Right, so at the top of the screen. So then you select save, and it should tell you account details. Save. That's it. Done. So we're now connected. If you just come back out of there now, that's it. Go back onto the blue one, which is your remote, and you should see. There we go. So it's blue now, but there's other ones still grey. So with the blue ones, obviously you want to operate these. If you press the update button, see it's now communicating with the vehicle. Well, hopefully you're communicating with the vehicle. And then you'll see all the others light up as well. So with that you can, with the locate one, there we go. So with the locate one, you just tap on that. If you've forgotten where you've put your caravan. So hopefully if you just scroll up on that, you'll see Salop Leisure, that's where your caravan is. Right, so you can obviously locate it where it is. You just come back over there. You can also, it shows level, so it's more or less going to be your battery level if anything. Right. Same with the history of your battery level. Your dealer, so you can see dealer, that'll show our details on there. I'm not sure what web, just tap on web portal, I'm not sure what that one is. One there. Is it going to go? Let's say Swift Custom. Oh, that's where you can get onto Swift Command. I'm going to say this, I think it's slightly changed. That's it, come back out of that. That's it. Obviously update, but then you can alter these other things. So power, your 12 volts on and off. Heating set and manual at the moment, so you remember that on the other heating bit. You got the timers as well. Interior lighting and your dim lights as well. So they're the ones you can do remotely. Obviously, as long as you've got a signal where your caravan is, and you've got a signal where you are.
Yeah, you can put the heating on
that.
And
yeah, that's it. Just come back out of that one for a minute. What you can also do, you can see manual, so that book thing, So even though you've got your manual there, you can upload the manual onto your phone if you wanted to. So you've got the options of quick start guide or open manual. Just make sure you've got a Wi-Fi when you upload that onto your phone, because if you can see how chunky that book is, it might fill you full of wonderful information. But it's there. It recognises your caravan now. Recognise that to the correct manual. Right. Then what you've also got is alerts, so the bell one. So on the alerts you can set it to tell you if the battery level's getting low. So to get onto that, you press load, and that will light everything up. That's it, done. And then you can set alarms, set alerts. Right. The one thing I would just be cautious of, you see that it says frost alerts, right? If you're relying on that to tell you it's cold and you've left water in the system, it might be too late by the time you get to it anyway.
Yeah.
So I
drain it off, we do.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Do the same. Make sure you can drain it down. You definitely don't want any water left in it.
We tend to drain it down each time because it's easier, isn't it? Because of the weight as well, isn't it?
Exactly, I always do that. I always drain it, but usually pull to the gate of the site. And my wife jumps in and lifts the lever and opens all the taps, and as we're driving down the road,
it just levels them off.
Same as the gas as well. We turn the gas
always
off
turn the gas off,
and then we let it all come out here.
Yeah, it's always better just turn the gas off, and you're safe enough if you turn the gas off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you don't need to drain it down. Don't drain it down. If you're draining it down, if you're letting gas into the room, there's that risk of if there's any ignition. Yeah. So
we always turn it off there.
Always turn it off. That's good. Yeah. Okay, just come back out of that one. And what you've also got is the Swift one. All that is, you can go onto the Swift website if you wanted to. You go on the Swift forum, which is a talk thing, which people can talk about their vans. Usually you'll find about half a dozen who are not very happy with their van. But you don't hear the tens of thousands who have vans and not having problems.
We've been with the Caravan and Camping Club, haven't we? And everybody we've spoke to says to them, they're well pleased. So
yeah, that's good.
You get the odd one, don't you?
You always do.
It's like a car in it.
It's exactly the same. Yeah.
Some people are never happy, aren't
they? Exactly. But fair enough. Some people do have problems. It's the same with cars. There will be cars are not 100% perfect. No. There's some cars that will be absolutely terrible.
So basically, when we set up, we switch that on. That's the master.
That's your master switch.
And the water.
And the pump.
That's your water pump. The other ones are just master switches. The other two. Yeah. You have got individual light switches for everything. Wow. But unless you switch it on there to stop it,
heating.
And that's your heating and hot water. Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, just another few bits that we obviously need to go through. Just go back to your consume unit. Obviously we had a look at the heating and hot water button. So that will provide electric to your boiler, which is sitting in that corner there. Charge button. So as long as that is switched on, you've got electric obviously connected. That charger there will charge your battery. Reverse polarity, that's just an indicator light. So if you go on the continent, they tend to wire things slightly different than what we do. You connect your electric in, have a look, see if it's lit. If it's lit, that means they have got it slightly different.
Yeah,
you just need an adapter. Alright. Otherwise there could be problems. Right, 240 trips, so that should be pretty similar to what you had on your last one. So as long as, if they're tripping, there's obviously a reason why they're tripping.
Right.
If the bollard's tripping on site, there might still be an issue, but more than likely you've too much electric on, yeah. Right, fuses, you'll see that's slightly different now than what it used to be. As in, you see there's a nice indicator light there. That indicator light, that's your charger fuse.
Right.
Okay, there's LEDs alongside each one of them. If they light up, that's to indicate that the fuse is gone. So you'll see a little red light next to the fuse. So it's a lot easier to identify if it has gone. Again, if there's a fuse going, there's an issue. So you need to check out, why is that fuse blowing. Then what you've also got is a system shutdown button. Okay, that is for when you're in storage. You can switch that off. That will slow down the drain down on your battery. Okay, so when if you can't connect to electric and keep it charged, you have obviously there's your solar panel which will still keep power going into that as long as you've got daylight. Obviously you haven't got the cover. You haven't got a cover over the top of your caravan and things like that. But
yeah, when we do cover it because where we keep it at the back of the house, there's a lot of trees. So as soon as we take it back, we cover it. Because
so you just got to remember that your solar panel won't be working because it's covered. That's fair enough. But if you switch that off there, just make sure you switch it back on there because it won't switch on from up there if you haven't switched it back on.
Okay.
Okay, control box. You should recognise that. That's our fuel van. Yeah. So for your motor mover. Drain down valve for your boiler and the rest of your water system. So that should look pretty similar.
Yep.
Yeah. So make sure you are, obviously that's closed at the moment in that position. Lift it upright to drain it and open all the taps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, cold. Foot's going to sleep. Right. Right, fridge. So on off button, you just press and hold that, switches it on or off. Select electric. Select gas. Or select 12 volts, that's coming from the car. It's showing a warning at the moment because obviously the car's not connected. So if you want to operate the fridge on 12 volts when you're driving, so it's only when you're driving, that supplies 12 volts direct from the car to your fridge. You don't need to switch anything on up here. Right. Okay. All it is, you just switch the fridge on, select battery,
and attach it for driving.
And then when we get to the side, press that one.
That's it.
Just press that and press that, and then it comes on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
The 12 volt side of it will not cool the fridge down. It will just maintain the temperature as you're travelling. Okay. So if you want to cool it down, or you want to travel with it cool it down before you travel.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Then just select that.
Oh, that's easier than the other one because you have to press the
selectors
button, and then there's an indicator there.
Yeah. Well, that was a gas. Yeah. So the gas to light it, just press that. If you get a warning on the gas side of it, that means the gas hasn't lit. Okay, so on the other one, the indicator would have just come back into the white instead of being in the green. So that's better. That will indicate on there. So you have a red flashing to say the gas hasn't lit. Just check you have turned the gas on. You have pressed that little green button on the gas hose. Or the crash sensor. Little button as well.
Okay.
Then all you need to do is press the hazard button, and that will reattempt to light it.
Okay.
All right. But most people tend to run it on electric. Okay.
Yeah.
The hazard might come on electric. That's just saying it hasn't got any electric supplied. So you may have not. You might have tripped the bollard, or that'll be a warning just to tell you that.
Right.
Okay. Inside here, you can see a nice little picture on the door for the ice box. You can remove that. So all it is the shelf and the door will come out. You can have it as an extra tall fridge, or the other benefit of it is obviously because it's obviously spring loaded.
I like the freezer box.
Yeah, but the other thing is when you're in storage, the likelihood is it tends to want to get mouldy around here.
Yeah.
So you can take that out when you're in storage, put it in the sink. Obviously the air can breathe around it.
Oh, right.
And it's obviously hopefully going to keep it
stop
mouldy
it from
free.
Going horrible, yeah.
What you've also got is this little contraption here. So that actually holds the door open when you're in storage. And operates on, so you got a gap there, operates on the door mechanism itself.
Stop it getting smelly.
Yeah, so make sure you push that back before you use it. And it's also got this little clip on here. So it uses like a domestic fridge then. You just pull that door. It's not locking now.
Oh, right.
So when you're on site you can do that. But just make sure you pop it back down again for travelling. Because otherwise you'll be swinging around.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that seems simple enough.
Simple enough, yeah. Right, if you just go out that corner for us.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. Cooker. Right, see that there now?
Right.
So if you're using the grill, if anyone disappears that side before you start grilling, just make sure that they are aware of and they don't come crashing out. Okay, so with the grill, you get the grill pan, the handles inside there. See this popping out? Just make sure it does pop out, because what it's there for is to protect the bottom of these, stop them getting too hot. Okay, to light it, 12 volt igniter there. So it shouldn't be much different than your last one, unless you had to light it with matches or whatever, or a lighter. Also, you have got electric as well. Just be very careful. Obviously, it shows you there. It's difficult to read from there, but make sure it is cool before you put that lid down.
Yeah.
Obviously, that will retain the heat a lot longer. So make sure it is cool before you put that down, because that obviously can damage that and it's likely to shatter. Yeah. Okay. Microwave. Do not trouble with glass plating, because if that comes down and drops on there, it's going to be tears. Right, so I'll just sneak it there for now. My wife tends to put it in the bowl with a tea towel wrapped around it, stop it from rattling about. To operate it, see that control's doing nothing on its own. So press the microwave button once. That gives you a percentage then, 100%, 50% or whatever you want to run it on. Then press it again. That then allows you seconds, or to set seconds. You just press start, away it goes. So to get seconds, press the microwave button twice. Turn that, you got seconds then. Yeah, or you got quick start and start button, goes up in minute increments. So if say you want 2 minutes, press it twice, nothing goes. Okay, there is other auto menu. So if you know how big a fish it's I don't know how it works that one out.
Well, very good.
Alright.
Okay, thank you.
Inside here, obviously your bathroom, light switches, just down the side of here. It's obviously cleverly hidden.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say nothing too complicated in that here. You've got your shower head, which you can see is the posh one. So you got it actually draws air in, so obviously it gives you more pressure for less water. You have also got an on-off button there as well. So just be careful in the winter. Make sure it's probably best to take that off. You don't want any water sitting in there, because if that's locked off, so it's like an on-off button. So any water kept in here it is plastic.
Yeah.
Obviously it could obviously damage it if it got frosty.
Okay.
Okay. And then bed. So your spare wheel hidden well under there.
Yeah.
Table storage is there.
Yeah.
Inside that one, if you just look inside that, that's your expansion tank for your heating system there.
Right.
So the circulation is actually a glycol mix, it's antifreeze, which circulates around your van. You see that these vents here?
Yeah.
And it actually comes up from behind the seats as well. There is a minimum and maximum mark on that little window. Just make sure it's a finger width above minimum before it starts. So when it's cold, or the liquid's cold, at least the finger is very faint. You might just be able to see in the little window in the centre.
Yeah.
There's a little minimum mark and a maximum mark. You see that? Very, very faint there, but just make sure it's a finger width above minimum mark. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because when it warms up, it will expand into it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do need to top it up, there's always the square bit at the top. You can just pull that away, and then you can just unscrew the top and top it up there.
Top it up.
Best what with water?
You could, but as it is an antifreeze mix, so this is something you don't need to drain down for winter. You top it up with water, it dilutes it. So it's a similar to your car. You take that risk off.
Well, if they come in for service, will that get done then, or like service people?
They'll check it. Now, what they do exactly on their Aldi system, I don't know. I know that after a period of time, they will recommend a fluid change. So same as your car, they recommend a fluid change. But
we've bought a telly.
Yeah.
Have we got a wire from there to the telly?
Yes.
Have we?
I would have thought so. I don't think TVs come with it. It doesn't come with a van. You might just have to buy that, unless you've got one in your old van. But
well, we did have, but we left it in.
Yeah. Well, it should be in there then, so it should be still there. But right. So with the TV bracket, do not leave the TV hanging up there, because obviously it starts bouncing around.
So that just comes off.
Yeah, that pops off. Yeah. So, you'll have 4 screws in the back of your TV.
Yeah.
Screw that to that bracket. That's the same bracket as the one outside in the awning cubbyhole.
Will you get the telly in there when it drops up there though?
It all depends how big a TV is. Really.
It's only a 20-inch wheel
there. Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't have to move far, does it? But
I told you you couldn't have that 42-inch.
Yeah, 30, 42 inch stuff on there. But yeah, so you got light switches there. One that does the lights above there.
What's that for?
That's for a 12 volt plug. So if you got a 12 volt, obviously if you're on site where you've got no electric, you can plug your TV into 12 volt system, as long as your TV will
run off
12 volts. Yeah.
So they just put the wire there into the back of the telly.
That's it, yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
All right. Okay, electric flush on your I can say TV then.
Yeah,
toilet flush. That was your electric. Just press and hold It should be something similar, I would have thought.
Yeah,
Same, indicator there to say if your waste tank's full, not that you can't see it by looking through the hole anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. If you can just see that hole there is a bleed there for your heating system. So it's similar to your domestic at home. If you obviously your radiators, if it's got air in the system, you can bleed that down.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you.
Heating, as I said, it comes up from the back of your sofa, or your seats. So you can see that there. So don't block that with anything. No. If you do put throws over the seats, make sure it tucks there and not over that. Because it will just stop the heat coming through. Okay, and just be careful where you put phones and TV remotes as well. Because they can drop quite nicely down there, which my daughter did. Was that, where's the TV? Oh no, it's not down there. Right, yeah, that's it, yeah. Then this side you've got your radio. Right. Okay, so on off button is that one there. Yeah. Volume obviously there. Searches left and right there. Source button you go for AM, FM. You've also got USB, so that you can plug into the radio system itself. The USB should be down there. So that's just a charger, that one. So you just plug your phone or whatever you want to charge via USB. Okay, other light switches, which you may have. So I'm just trying to think, is that one? No. That one, alright, so that one's, yeah, you'd think the outer one would be the only light, but it isn't. So that's the one just above my head. That should be the only light. You can see that just reflected off there. Yeah. This side, so you pick and choose which one, guys. That's a splashback. That one's the one just above the pelmets going around. Right. And it's moving even more again. That one's the dimmer lights above the lockers, look. Okay. So. And you've also got one here as well, so it's got a little rocker switch actually on it. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you got enough lights there. You can have enough. Yeah, on that one there, it's just on top, actually on it. Look, you see that one there? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. Right. We had one customer who couldn't find that, and they spent all night with that light on. The light. They couldn't find the switch. I told you it's nice. Yeah, we forgot.
We don't know whether there was standard in our last one, but the chap had put. There was. They got LED.
All the way along. No, it wouldn't have been standard on the pageant.
But it was lovely. They were lovely. It was like a pale greeny colour.
Yeah, it just lights it up.
I mean, it's a lovely van. But the only trouble, like when we went away for 2 weeks, like the bathroom was on the side, and there's not a lot of room because the sink was there, and there was light there, like that.
To get through. Yeah, they're very popular. These I must admit, we've done quite a few handovers on these. They're very, very popular.
We couldn't get no pictures and nothing on the internet of this one.
No, it's strange. I'm sure it's a this year model anyway. The layout is new this year. Yeah. So, but it's been around since the layout would have been like last September. It would have been launched last September. So you think it would have been some
nothing?
No pictures.
No. Everybody kept saying, "What does it look like?"
You're trying to. That's just pull. That's it. That's it. Just clicks up. Then you just don't push it down.
Sorry, I'll push it down.
Yeah. So on the end of the brackets, you see that there. Yeah. Put them up. That just slips back down. Alright?
Yeah, lovely.
Handbook, as I said, there's your main handbook. The app one as well, so they got the app. Then in the top drawer there you will see all the rest of the information. That's it. So all the other information is also in there. What you should see in here as well. There's your gas barbecue point widget. Whatever you want to call it.
So you just put that on the pipe and connect it to that.
Jubilee clip your pipe to that. Yeah. You've got this as well, if you had one of them before, if you get the 13-pin plug on the caravan. Right. What it can do is misalign. So if you don't fully turn it left before you pull it out, it can misalign it by a fraction and you cannot get it back in. That little tool, make sure you keep that in the caravan, because if you're on site and you cannot get that plug back in the car, that will realign it. So that's what it's there for. Because my first time I had one of them plugs, it was the day before, the morning I was going away, and I took the whole plug apart trying to get it to line back up again. Obviously they didn't have them, or they probably did have them, but not with the caravan.
So you know what to do then, do you?
Yeah. So is that yours? Right. Let's just move your bag for a second again. Yeah. There's like musical bags. Right. So there you've got your cable.
That's our electric
cable. Jack and
water pipe.
I'm just thinking now, I can't remember seeing a step. There definitely wasn't a step under the...
It's in there.
Oh, is it in the front, is it? Oh. But sometimes the engineers, when they're doing it, they put them there, they put them there.
What?
Yeah.
What, a step for outside?
Plastic step.
Yeah, plastic step, yeah. That's my step there, we don't tread all over yours. Yeah, I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure that is there, yeah. Right, so what we got here now There's a nice bit of paperwork there for just a little test to see if you've been listening. Oh, good job you brought your glasses. Right.
Yes, I need new glasses. Yeah. I'm getting old now.
I'm going to say I was struggling yesterday in certain light. It's struggled to see. Right. Well, all it is just confirmation for yourself on. I've explained it, or you already know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is look through these, tick through these, make sure you're happy. Most things should apply, as far as I'm aware, on this model. Chris Etching, are you aware of that? What Chris is?
It's like.
Yeah.
Like your number plate number.
Yeah, well, it's a chassis number. Yeah. So your insurance company would want to know what that chassis number, what your Chris number.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah. What it also is similar to CART and DVLA. This is the caravan version of, which is Chris. We register you with Chris, and you'll get the paperwork with a certificate saying that you are the owner of that vehicle or this vehicle.
Gareth about that because there was some issue. Somebody used.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, I think that was on Swift Command. That's what that was, I think.
Somebody had used the wrong one or something.
Yeah, no, I think it was Swift Command, not the actual van. It was a Swift Command registration.
Yeah.
We've had that from other caravan dealers, have registered our caravans with their customer by just one digit being out.
I think that's what somebody had done.
Yeah.
Like,
we have other dealers. Yeah. So yeah, we're on top of that, no problem. Because otherwise we wouldn't have connected with that Swift Command then.
Right.
That was the issue, but. Obviously that was all sorted. Right. So tick for all of these, sign there, that's to do with the wheel nuts. Obviously your responsibility once you leave us to make sure you are checking them. I recommend you do check them. You definitely don't want wheels coming off.
No.
I will check that before you leave anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tick for all of these, read and print sign there. Issue page, if there's anything you're not happy with, so there's anything on the cleaning side of it, extras should have been fitted or supplied, or service issues. So if there's something like a door hanging off, it shouldn't be, but if there is, point it out to me, and then we'll make sure everything's correct before it leaves. But there shouldn't be. Yeah, well that's it. Well, that's just obviously the shop's still got them because you've turned up a lot earlier than they were expected. That's all it is. So if there's no issues, you can just write no issues. Hopefully there won't be. So no issues.
Just got to trim that bit of thing.
Yeah. I'll get an engineer to.
Well, I might put that on there.
Yeah, it's up to you if you can do it. I'll get Andy. Oh no, Andy's not here. I'll get someone else. So if there's no issues, hopefully there won't be. You can just write no issues. Print and sign. That's just now, so don't worry if you do come across anything when you first go out. Blank page, so another tree gone. As if Gareth's mentioned to you that we book you a snagging appointment. Okay, what that is obviously snagging, if you have any other issues within the first 30 days of use.
Right.
See, that's what we'll do, get you an appointment now, hopefully around about 30 days, or obviously which is convenient for you. Because if you're away at that time, obviously you can't bring it on that actual 30 days, can you? But we'll make an appointment convenient for yourselves. If there's no issues, you can just cancel it. If there are little things that you're not happy with, obviously you need to bring it back, and then issues can be sorted.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, obviously you've still got your warranty and all that, but it's just that's what we do now because we're so busy.
Yeah.
We get your appointment there ready for you just in case, so we know we've got something there for you.
How long is it? A 12 months warranty, like, or?
What, on the caravan?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's brand new, so you've got at least 3 years manufacturer warranty. At least 3 year manufacturer warranty. I think it's 10-year on the body. I'll ask Gareth that, but I'm pretty sure that's roughly what it is. Of course, you need to make sure you get it serviced regularly, which is usually once a year. Do not leave it a year because you'll be in all sorts of trouble. If you brought it back and wanted to part exit and there was problems and you hadn't got it up to date. Because we had one customer who had a van, I think it was 3 years old, and they hadn't any service because they thought, oh, it's new, I don't need it serviced. No, you do. Because they, similar to a car, it doesn't need an MOT, and they had issues with their van. They put it part X, and Swift says, no, we're not covering it because you haven't had it serviced. So you'll see that on. Okay. Just make sure you do that, right? But Gareth can tell you exactly what the warranty is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's 3 year manufacture and 10-year body, but.
Yeah,
just confirming Gareth that.
Do you know if he's, because we asked for that coating to be put on?
Yes, yeah. I saw him doing. You can feel like it's like glass.
It has been done.
Furniture and everything like.
Yeah, he was doing that. I think the balance was on Saturday. I think. Yeah, I'm sure it was Saturday he was doing this.
It stops all the marks, doesn't it?
Well, it stops it staining it. Yeah, that's the main
thing. It's quite expensive, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah, but no, it is good stuff because you can tell. It doesn't stop it from cleaning it.
Oh no.
Just be careful what you're using to clean it. Yeah. But you'll get a pack with it. Gareth should have a pack for you. We had one customer who said to the rep or whatever, he says, well, my caravan's dirty. yeah, well, you need to wash it. And they thought it is self-cleaning, like a self-cleaning oven. It's like, no, you still got to clean it. It doesn't wash itself.